And he's got his AL MVP as Matt Chapman of the Athletics. Mookie Betts for the National League. But he's got the A's against the Dodgers in the World Series. Okay. Are you rooting for the Astros to make it to the World Series just because of the storylines it's going to bring about? Yeah, Paul.
Didn't the Astros get the biggest hall pass of all this? They don't have to play before a road crowd until next March, April.
I know, but I'm curious what happens when they're visiting somebody and do these pitchers throw at the hitters?
Yeah, they should. Couple.
But I'm wondering if that happens here. Yes, Todd.
And does it really prove anything? Because it's like us against the world. If they went 47-13 and won the World Series, that doesn't change anything at all that happened before.
No, it makes you go, why did you cheat in the first place? They're damned if they do, damned if they don't. If they don't do well, they're like, oh, okay, need a garbage can here. Or if they do well, be like, why'd you guys cheat in the first place? Mike in Florida joins us. Hey, Mike, what do you have for me? Marvin, what is going on here?
I didn't tell him to say that, or I didn't know that.
Marvin just came out and took a victory lap because he corrected Paulie on a Dan Marino stat.
Right.
And so Marvin, who's now caught up in being a TV star, can't even, hide your head in shame. Hide your face in shame. Yeah. Now he's got his feet up. He's moved on from screening.
A lot of people throwing Tommy Boy around as a good buddy movie.
Oh, okay.
Great.
Yeah, David Spade. Spade always has good stories about Tommy Boy.
You remember Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yes,
Steve Martin.
and John Candy. That's still funny. I'm trying to think. Oh, so people are emailing and tweeting in buddy movies?
Oh, yeah. Dumb and Dumber.
If that's on, I'm watching it. I don't care where it is in the movie. I'm watching it.
Sideways. The wine movie.
Yeah.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah.
Paul Giamatti.
I don't know if they're really buddies. Because Paul Giamatti, by the end, did not like his buddy at all.
Silence of the Lambs. Good buddy movie.
Niche.
Clarice and whatever.
Clarice.
Buddy serial killer movies of that genre.
Clarice. AJ, Nebraska. Hey, AJ.
Hey, Dan, 6 foot, 225. Rush Hour with Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
And Jackie Chan.
Yeah, that they certainly. It feels like that's all Chris Tucker has done is Rush Hour 1, 2, and 3, something like that. But thank you, AJ. I never got into that. Never got into that group of movies. I don't know why. Just like okay. But people do say Chris Tucker's great in that. Did you guys see Rush Hour?
I've seen the first one.
Seaton?
I think so.
No.
Probably a long time ago, though.
If you thought so, then you probably.
Well, based on the era that came out,
it's
very possible I did see it, but I'm fuzzy.
And didn't remember.
Chris Tucker in Friday, however, is iconic.
It is?
Yeah, for like a certain generation,
Oh, okay.
Friday. Yeah,
I didn't.
When we were teenagers, Friday was the movie.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I don't think I did.
Oh, you might want to check that out.
Yeah. Chris Tucker and Ice Cube?
I've seen clips of it.
Sure thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
I think Ice Cube told us about writing it. We had him on a bunch of years ago, and he just wrote it like on the side.
You should check that out.
Fridays. Okay. But I'm watching Desperados right now.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I don't know if I could pry myself away from that.
Yeah. Well, once you're done with that and Eviction or whatever the other one was.
Extraction. I'm done with that.
Extraction, that one. Yeah.
Todd, Eviction. Todd, what did you learn today?
You led right into it. Reason number 572, we need sports back. You recently watched Desperados and Extraction, started rereading the Da Vinci Code.
McLevin, what'd you learn?
Yeah. You also watched that Chris Hemsworth movie? Oh, yeah.
Extraction.
Oh, boy.
Seaton?
Old Guard, too.
John Rahm rules.
What we learned brought to you by buyraycon.com/Patrick. Wireless earbuds, the way to go. Get 15% off your Raycon order at buyraycon.com/Patrick. Thanks for joining us. We'll do it again tomorrow. Damian Lillard will join us on the program. Talk to you then. You know what's frustrating about putting? Well, everything for me. You can read the green perfectly, make a great stroke, and still miss. Why is that? Most golfers are not lined up correctly. Fortunately, the brilliant minds at Odyssey created the new triple track putters. 3 distinct alignment lines are centered on every head, which makes getting lined up much easier. And when you're lined up correctly, you have a much better chance of making that putt. Get lined up with the new triple track putters. You'll find them at odysseygolf.com. Odyssey, the #1 putter in golf. Most home security companies try and trap you with high prices and tricky contracts and lousy customer support. Simply Safe, on the other hand, has everything you need to protect your home with none of those drawbacks, none of those of the traditional home security systems. Professional monitoring keeps watch day and night, ready to send police, fire, or medical professionals if there is an emergency, and it starts at about $15 a month. Try it at simplysafedan.com. You get free shipping, 60-day risk-free trial. That's simplysafedan.com.
It's showtime. Yeah! And now, here's a little something that you missed from the Ben Maller Show.
Now, I don't know if you saw this or not. Maybe you missed it. Perhaps it was not on your radar. So Gronk recently insisted that there was no pre-existing under-the-table plan for him to come out of retirement and join his BFF Tom Brady in Tampa. That this was not something that was orchestrated behind closed doors or under the table. He said, quote, Gronk, it just happened. It just happened. Gronkowski maintained that he was interested in playing somewhere else other than New England, but not necessarily with the Buccaneers. I doubt that. So let us discuss the question, do you believe Rob Gronkowski?
Isn't it about time for somebody's favorite radio program?
The Tony Bruno Show.
The man chosen to save American radio from its horrible future.
He didn't invent radio. He just perfected it.
Tony Bruno Show with Harry Mays.
Parental discretion is advised.
The godfather of sports radio.
It is a final.
Here is Tony Bruno.
Tony Bruno.
It is a, what are we calling Tuesday these days?
Trucker Tuesday.
Trucker Tuesdays,
Trucker
I think.
Tuesday, Ta-Ta Tuesday.
Because we love our truckers.
And we love our Tatas. And I speak for men and women alike, Harry Mays, on this Trucker Ta-Ta, and we're out of Tito's Tuesday. We are tapped out of Tito's, Harry.
That's a problem.
It
Even
really
upstairs?
is. I don't know. I haven't gone upstairs, Robin. I've been here in the basement. I've been practicing my social distancing, even though I should have had it perfected by now. And I'm sheltered in place, Harry, as we are locked down once again on a Tuesday in the cellar. You following me so
Wait,
far?
we're locked down again? You mean like that they ratcheted?
Yeah, I locked the front door after you came in.
Okay.
I shut the front door, and then I locked the door. You never know who's going to walk around here, Harry.
Well, that's true. This neighborhood's a little sketchy at times.
Damn right. Not Skechers.
No.
Although I'm probably the only guy who wears Skechers in this neighborhood, but I'm fashionable like that, Harry. And it's about being comfortable. Comfortable, not real comfortable jeans, real comfortable shoes. Now, are you wearing any golf shoes today, Harry?
No,
what do you got
golf
on
shoes?
today?
No, these are just Under Armour sneakers, man. I didn't play golf today.
You didn't play today?
No,
That's breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute. How does that happen, ladies and gentlemen? This is breaking news.
No, I recorded another episode of my Swing It and Ding It podcast.
Swing it and ding it.
Yeah, man.
Is that like an extend the play or grip it and rip it?
Yeah,
or,
similar to that.
Or get in the hole?
Yep.
I mean, how many golf podcasts?
No laying up.
No laying.
Not only did you record it, but you're wearing
got the
all
shirt.
the accoutrement that goes along with it.
So you got our own shirts,
oh,
man.
it says swing it and ding it. Why
So
would you want to ding it, though?
It's a legit operation.
Well, what's ding it mean? That means you made a cut in the ball and then you.
No, that's one of the things that Jimmy Fallon had these tour players say on certain press junkets that they did. He'd tell them to say certain strange stuff, drop in phrases, and one of them was swing it and ding it.
Really, Harry?
Yeah.
I hate.
I didn't come up with the name.
I hate to do it to him.
Yeah, I just add knowledge.
As
That's
you know,
all I do.
I go way back when it comes to golf coverage. When Jack Nicklaus was young and the blonde hair was flowing, I've never heard anybody say swing it and ding it. Of all the golf cliches we could use, Harry, Who does that, really? Who comes up with that?
Who does that? Who has time?
Hey, it was already named before I got there, so, you know.
Well, whoever named it, I hate to do it to you, pal.
Well, I can put you in touch with him.
It's not your buddy Jeff in D.C., is it?
No, not
Okay,
Jeff.
another Jeff.
No, he's...
Yeah, he's
no.
he's digging a lot of other things, and his golf balls aren't one of them.
Yeah, he is dinged.
Meanwhile, we got a lot of good stuff coming up today, Harry, but that's what we always try to do. We'll have a lot of NFL news. John McMullen will join us early in the program because there's a lot of NFL, including the NFL, basically caving every hour to the Players Association, Harry.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. And the players the other day, they spoke up, Harry, all over Twitter. The NFL said, okay, we'll do testing every day. And now the latest, they said, okay, you don't want to play any preseason games? No preseason games for you, Harry Mays.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if the fans are going to miss preseason football because I, for one, will not. I don't gamble on preseason football.
No, 4 games are too much.
That's a joke.
3 games were too much. 2 were good, but now no games? How do you determine who's going to make your roster?
Hey,
I'm telling you, the beginning of the season. Listen, I'm just happy. Just like the Washington Post today.
I'm sure the coaches don't like it. I'm sure the coaches don't like it.
Yeah, how are you supposed to evaluate talent?
Yeah.
Now, of course, the Washington Post, very positive today, Harry. You pointed that out.
Oh, yeah, it was almost
Maybe the world is finally changing for the good.
Wow.
The headline today, I didn't even see it. What was the headline?
It was a tweet, one of their bazillion tweets that somehow got on my timeline because somebody else must have liked it that I follow. And it was basically like, wow, sports is coming back? Like, we're really going to do this? Kind of a
yeah, it's like,
sentiment.
Wow, wait a minute.
Wait
a minute. MLS is playing?
Yeah.
Baseball's playing games. They're going to start Thursday night for real?
The NBA did all this testing in the bubble, and there's no positive tests?
Exactly. And then you got, of course, you've got rookies reporting to camps today around the National Football League, and they're getting tested.
They're the first ones in, right.
Exactly. And then the quarterbacks are going to show up on Thursday. How can that happen?
And what is it, the 28th, I think, is everybody doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Next week. Mm-hmm. What are we doing here? Aren't we listening to the sun? Did Dr. Fauci, who's going to throw out the first pitch at the Washington Nationals game, did he say it's okay to play sports?
I'd wonder if they did allow fans in the building, would he get booed or cheered?
Dr. Fauci, depends. Washington are going to cheer him.
Oh, put it on the poll. That's a great poll.
You think
that is a good question.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a good. Put that one up there. Couch guy is here, and he's got his.
That's actually a Mike Stud concert T-shirt I got here in Philly. We saw him at
Mike Stud.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So all right.
Not Big John
Rothstein,
Stud.
No, that's great. They're wrestling now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a younger guy. He actually played baseball at Duke. He had
I actually know Mike pretty well.
Wait a minute, you know him personally?
Yes. Yeah.
How do you know Mike Stud?
So one of his best friends was in my fraternity. Yes, I was a frat guy in college.
What college?
Yeah.
What college?
The West Virginia University.
Oh, you went to WVU too?
Yes.
You and Kincaid
all of my
and Gill and all these
yes,
guys.
Me,
No
Kincaid,
wonder why you
and
got a
Oh,
little
my
redneck
God.
feel.
That's
No wonder
right.
why
That
you
explains a
Country
lot.
road.
Jesus.
That's right.
Yeah. So
was Bobby Huggins one of your boys down there? Love Bob Huggins.
I love Bob.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't?
The amount of DUIs he got out of is uncountable.
Oh, he's awesome.
What frat did you belong to?
Phi Kappa Psi.
Oh, yeah.
Live ever, die
Not
never.
Kappa Kappa Gamma. Or Gamma Gamma
Delta,
Kappa
Delta,
Delta.
Delta.
Who is
Delta.
this guy?
Kega.
Yeah, so Mike Stud's actually he went to Duke, played baseball there for a couple of years. Actually blew out his elbow, and then he got into a music career. He's a white rapper, Tone. There are so few.
Oh,
so
bro.
yeah, he's
man.
good. No, he's good. Come on, Rothstein, back me up a little
It's
bit.
just
here.
what we need.
We need the
more
younger
white
generation.
rappers.
Yeah, he's a
not
good
bad.
dude, younger guy. He's actually really smart.
Yeah, so
He's
there
smart,
you go. He's
intelligent
smart,
guy.
intelligent guy. His rhymes mean something here.
Yeah?
I mean,
yeah.
So
not
why
like-
are you a fan of his?
Listen, no, I got one of my friends put me onto him in college, and I stuck with it ever since. Man, I saw
His
him.
real name is, what is his real name,
Mike
Mike?
Seander.
Mike, no, he's got 3
Yeah.
names.
Michael
Mike
Francis Seander.
Seander.
Yep.
But he's not even local to this area, is he?
No.
So why are you guys following him here when he's a
Not
Duke
me.
guy? And
You can't like guys that
No,
aren't from your
I don't care who you like.
I got actually big news though, Tone.
Breaking news?
Yesterday, yesterday. So we were talking about the Yankees-Phillies playing the exhibition.
An epic battle.
Do you know what the final score ended?
It was 2-2.
2-2. The first ever push. I bet 20 on the Yankees. The first ever push in Major League Baseball history. DraftKings gave me my $20 back. They pushed.
And you still showed up for work today.
Wow.
Cashing actually getting your money back.
Voiding a $20
How
ticket.
dare you doubt the talents of Vinny Velasquez, a.k.a. Vinny Velo.
But you know how that happened. So it was the score's 2-2. So the first run the Yankees scored, Vince Velasquez got 3 outs in the 5th inning. They said, no, we want him to face Judge. So Judge comes off. The inning's already over. The Phillies had gotten their 3 outs. Judge takes them deep to right. They count the run. So the run would not have counted in a real game because the 3 outs had already been recorded by the away team.
That's why you don't bet on these stupid games.
But that's what I'm saying.
They're playing extra innings when a team is already up 4-1.
If you played money on the Phillies and you should have won 2-1,
who's betting
you
on
would
these
be
practice
apoplectic right now. Me.
Conlon, I have a 12-year-old wiffle ball game tomorrow. I give you the odds
what's
for it.
the line?
Listen,
Who's starting?
I even get people betting on preseason football games because there's
No
lines.
way.
But they do.
I know.
But betting on summer camp games that don't even count, even real baseball exhibition games when they have real spring training games,
No,
I
you
even
can't bet
somewhat understand split squad. I'd rather bet on a split squad game than these summer camp games where they're making the rules up as they go along.
Exactly right.
I hate to do it to you, man. I got to give you one of these.
Oh man!
See, now it says in the box score that Judge hit that home run in the 5th inning with 2 out.
No, that was incorrect.
That's
watched
what it says in here.
I watched it live. Vince Velasquez he was walking off the field
because Velasquez struck him out his first time up with a great breaking
Velasquez
ball.
He looked
really
good last night.
Yeah, he looked really good.
But again, they said they wanted him to get one more time against the big stud, and he took him to the short porch and took him yard. 2-2 final. When do you ever see that?
So we're letting guys bat with 3 outs.
I know. It's insane.
What is it? What is going on back there?
I thought it was just starting the 10th inning on second base that was crazy.
Didn't they have the
about
cardboard
baseball.
cutouts at Yankee Stadium too? No, they were all empty seats. Somebody had. Oh, the Giants and the Oakland A's.
had
the cardboard.
The Dodgers
cutouts.
do too.
Yeah, they do.
And you can pay $99 to get your face.
have your own face.
Some of these mugs out there in L.A., man. Not like you, Tony, man.
Are you going to do that in New York?
I'm not going to. No, they're not doing that, so I will not.
Ridiculous. Wow. Man. Ridiculous. Meanwhile, speaking of baseball, a popular guy around the major leagues these days, our good friend Aubrey Huff, who I worked with in San Francisco.
You did?
I did some shows with him.
I've never met him.
He's a bizarre guy.
Yeah.
But you know what I like about Aubrey Huff? You don't have to agree with him, but a lot of people don't. That's what I like about him, is that he's unafraid. And in this day and age where everybody's got to be succumbing to the mob and being PC and not saying what you feel. I was talking to a friend of mine who works with Adam Carolla, and Adam Carolla says the same thing. You know, Adam Carolla, obviously a great star. He used to come on our show all the time in L.A. We met him multiple times.
We're going to try to get him on the show, too. But Adam says that there are 2 different kinds of money. Or 3 different kinds.
No, not even the FU money. Stuff.
No,
that's an old bit.
I know, but there's FU money, and then there's F me money.
Well, he was talking about Kanye.
He was talking about that yesterday.
Right.
I'm talking about when you go on a radio show, when you do a podcast like he does, he's not on the air anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so when you can do that, like when we did just Twitch-only shows, we can say whatever we wanted. Even profanities were allowed. We didn't go over the line, but if you slipped up and cursed, you didn't have Joe C. writing down what time I cursed, so we can edit it out.
The log's getting full, by the way.
I know it is.
Carolla's got a best-selling book out, right?
I know he does. But the point is, he goes on radio shows, and then the guys that he talks to say to him, hey, you know what, man, I don't know how it is you can get away with what you do. I wish I could say what I feel. Imagine saying that now in this day and age.
Yeah.
You work on the radio, but you're afraid to say what you feel because your boss is going to come in or you're going to get yelled at
It's been
by
that
your
way
audience.
for years.
I know it has.
Yeah.
That's why I got out of terrestrial radio when I did. Other than the guys, the helicopter PDs and program directors that hang over you on every word. But now, we can do what we want. And I'm not going to sit here and say, I can't have that guy on. He's not woke enough, or he's too woke. I don't care what your politics are. This is a sports show, and we have fun. And a lot of people are talking about Gabe Kapler kneeling last night with some of the Giants players. I don't really give a damn what they do. Do you care, Harry?
No, I really don't.
And there are people boycott baseball, boycott. If you want to watch the games, don't watch the games.
Right. I mean, if that's what's going to keep you away from it, then to me you really weren't
not
interested.
a fan.
You weren't really interested in the first place.
No,
I mean, you know me. I'm not the biggest baseball fan. That's not as high up on my hierarchy of sports as it used to be.
Right.
But I mean,
I love baseball.
I can't wait to watch Thursday night.
I can't either.
Yeah.
One of these stupid summer games that go into ties and extra innings when a team has already won 4-1 in regulation.
And the only guys betting it are couch guy.
I know.
Jesus.
Again, that's
I mean, seriously.
I hate to do it to him again.
The first ever push, man. I'm glad
No, you know what the first ever push was? The All-Star game in 2005.
Right, that's right.
The 7-7 game when this time did they play at the end of the game? This time it doesn't count. Instead of this time it counts. That's ridiculous, man.
It is.
Can you bet a tie? Can you bet a push?
That's what I'm saying. I wanted the odds on the
draw.
draw.
It's a soccer?
Yeah, I wanted the draw.
The Philadelphia Union in Orlando played to a draw last night.
Yeah, but that's expected.
I know.
That you get something for that. You get nothing in baseball, and you'll like it.
I actually watched some soccer this morning on the treadmill. Toronto FC against New England Revolution, a 0-0 draw that was exciting. The goalkeeper for New England was unreal.
Was he standing on his head?
He did everything but stand on his head, Tony.
Harry, you're turning into a big soccer fan.
Hey, man. Any port in a storm. You know
Harry's going to have all the scarves of every team in the MLS, the Premier League, the Bundesliga, the La Liga. All of them, man. You're going to need a lot of. You're going to have more scarves than Dr. Burks.
The scarf queen?
Yes.
I'm just trying to stay in good with your WVU mate, Kevin Kincaid.
Well, this is an exclusive club.
Yeah.
Kincaid's the leader of the soccer crew.
No, there is no bigger soccer fan than the great Kevin Kincaid. We got to get him on the show.
He should work for the MLS.
He really should. He should run the MLS.
I agree.
Not the real estate MLS. That's the listings, right?
Right.
Isn't that what they call it in real estate, the MLS?
Mm-hmm.
That is correct. Good job.
Why don't they sue the MLS soccer? Remember the WWE and the World WWF was World Wildlife Federation, and the WWE had to change it from WWF to WWE. Anyway, John McMullen will join us. We got NBA news. We got football, hockey. We even have CFL developments today.
No.
Harry. Yes, we're going to go north of the border. I usually go south of the border when I need some tacos and stuff, but we're not doing tacos anymore on Tuesdays. We're coming right back. Stick around for John McMullen and a whole bunch more.
Aubrey Huff changed to the third hour.
Okay, to 5:20. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't announce what time it was.
Yeah, I just want to let you know. Good thing I put stuff in pencil.
I already wrote it in ink. I wrote everything down in ink.
Not me.
Shit.
That's outrageous that they allowed him to pitch to another guy, and then they counted the home run. I mean, that's just stupid.
I said, watch Judge go yard here.
Of course they're going to count it. It's Judge, and he's hitting at Yankee Stadium. It only counts in the stupid game. It doesn't count as
I know,
stats.
but still.
Because it is. It's all about getting players some reps. That's it. Because they're going to start for real this weekend.
At least the NFL treats their preseason games like an actual.
No, they don't. They're not even going to play preseason games.
Well, in the past 50 years, preseason games are still like an actual game.
No, they're not. They play the starters. As years went by, the preseason games have become less and less significant. It was
zero significance. What I'm saying.
and now they don't even want to play one. So they're going to go out to open the regular season in the National Football League without one actual preseason game against. At least they used to actually work out against other teams in scrimmages.
You know, as soon as the first player goes down with a season-ending injury, that's all that's going to be talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. The first couple of weeks are going to be, oh, my God, look, the officials suck. They're not up to regular season speed.
Yeah, I mean, September's pretty much an extension of the preseason anyway.
September's going to be the preseason.
Now it's going to be the preseason, yeah.
Oops.
So, Rossi, you went to WVU when, like, what was that, Pat Brown and, like, Steve Slayton and all those guys, or was that after that?
My freshman year was Pat White's senior.
Pat White.
Not Pat Brown. Jarrett Brown was the next quarterback, right?
Jarrett.
Because he was number 16.
It's not what you're saying. You're close.
It's not Jerry Brown.
Aubrey butt dialed me.
I know, Robin. You've said it 4 times now.
Yeah, but I think I just said it to Twitch. Bruce Jacobs. Oh, yeah, we could try to get him on.
Yeah, I love Bruce.
He might have been the backup. Geno Smith was the main guy when I was
Who's he?
Bruce, he was the guy that who? Bruce Jacobs?
Yeah.
He was the guy that was doing he's the first guy to do a radio show at Golick in Phoenix.
Oh.
And he left Phoenix as his partner to come to work at ESPN.
And where's Jacobs?
He's still in Phoenix. Yeah. He's on 104.5, The Team.
That cannot be his real.
82 followers.
He's been around a long time. He's done so many. He's been in Phoenix pretty much the last 25, 30 years.
Bruce.
I went on his show a couple weeks ago.
I know. I'm just trying to see which one his real Twitter handle is because it can't be that one.
It's the real Bruce Jacobs. That's the first one, Robin. The real Bruce Jacobs.
Yeah,
is
that
his.
only has 88 followers. Is that even possible?
I don't know.
82 followers?
Maybe he had to redo
No.
his account after
Yeah.
after getting kicked off Twitter a bunch of times.
1060.
got 30 seconds.
Ah, this must be it. Yeah, that's it right there. Still not a lot, but
Because he's been thrown off Twitter.
So we're getting that on the poll, though, right? If there were fans in Washington, would Dr. Fauci be cheered or booed?
No, he'd be cheered. That's not even a good question. How about in Philly? Well, not Philly.
Welcome back to the Tony Bruno Show with Harry Mays on SiriusXM 211.
The only show that answers questions, and then, of course, questions answers, Harry. That's what we do. Trying to figure out betting on summer league games and what swing it and ding it means and all the other questions that have already arisen in the first portion of the program. Luckily, we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty now and deal with real stuff that really matters, like Michael Bennett retiring and, of course, no preseason games, or as I like to call them, exhibitions. Let's go to a man who understands exhibitions. And he's actually called out some exhibitionists in his day, slurking around in nude beaches in New Jersey. Probably in his own backyard, people get loose out in the grass.
What's that one in Jersey called, a nude beach?
Let's go to a man who probably knows because he is from the Garden State, the great John McMullen, our NFL and Eagles insider. How are you, John?
I'm doing well. I am not aware of any nude beaches in New Jersey because I assume everything is regulated and they're not allowed to do anything.
Gunnison Beach.
Gunnison
Beach.
Gunnison or Gunnerson?
Gunnison.
Yeah,
Sandy
that's
Hook.
news to me, guys. You're
Yeah.
way ahead of the curve there.
Well, I flattened my curve a long time ago, luckily, because I had that Peroni's thing. But luckily, while I was socialing myself and distancing and sheltering in place and practicing the curve, which was supposed to last a couple of months, mine is
We've
finally
all
done.
flattened the curve, but, then the goalposts move. Then we got to
Exactly
flatten
right.
more curves.
Hey, just swinging and dinging, as Harry
That's
Mays
right.
used to say on his podcast. Now, of course, your podcast with the great Ryan Rothstein.
Extending the play.
Exactly right. Now, which one of you guys extends the play? Because we know, like, Carson Wentz, Michael Vick, mobile guys can extend the play. Patrick Mahomes extends the play. Which one of you two on the podcast extends the play, John?
We both extend the play. And I'm trying to get Extend as a sponsor.
Yeah, do you need a blue pill to extend the play
Exactly.
is my question.
We're efforting them.
Yeah, we're efforting.
Maybe get Frank Thomas on and say, hey, guys,
I
she'll
just
like
gave him
it,
a free
too.
plug, though. That was free. so
Exactly.
jump
Hey,
on now.
it's all about free plugs. It's all about product on this show. All right, John, the NFLPA, after being hammered by the players all weekend, not only does the NFL said, okay, we're going to do testing every day. Now, you don't want to play preseason games? Okay, guys, go right ahead. You want to talk about an apology tour? The NFL is taking a knee every 10 seconds to the Players Association now suddenly.
Nah, well, yes and no. I mean, they did. It's not really daily testing. It's daily testing for 2 weeks, and then if it's under a certain threshold, which is basically 5% of the players getting tested. From there, it slows down to once every couple days. And I think that's the hope. They're getting the information from the NBA, Major League Baseball, the way even Major League Soccer, where testing has been generally far under that number. So I think that's the hope, at least when you get past that 2-week period. I think the concern is guys coming in all over the country, there's going to be some positive tests, and that might be a concern early on. But I think the hope is when they get through that 2-week period, that the daily testing at least will be going away. That's certainly the league's hope.
Well, John, instead of playing any preseason games, will they at least have some scrimmages between opposing teams so they're just not beating up on one another for the month of August?
No scrimmages, Harry.
Really?
Because that got to social distance from other teams, not from your own team.
Oh, my God.
Now, they scratched out joint practices a long time ago. That's been off the table for a while. This is, well, it's a difficult situation. I'm not trying to say there are easy answers, but there's so many contradictions here in these types of policies. And, hey, it is what it is. It's a contact sport. You're talking about social distancing right up until you're not. So it doesn't make a ton of sense other than, as I said, from a PR standpoint. I mean, you want to signal to people and fans and pundits that you're doing everything possible, but it is what it is. And,
Wait, John, that's your second it is what it is in this first segment here.
Well, because it's kind of ridiculous. And I think everybody knows that behind the scenes, but they can't say it publicly. And we all know why.
Yep. Now, for example, the coaches have to hate not having a preseason. How are they going to determine who gets cut? Are they going to do cut down days like they did before, based on guys running around in shorts?
Well, this is where it obviously hurts younger players, particularly undrafted players, but even guys at the bottom of the roster, projected to be at the bottom of the roster. They had opportunities to flash in preseason games, and even that had scaled back dramatically from years and years ago. So they were already behind the 8 ball. Now it's virtually impossible. So basically what you're going to do as a personnel department is rely on your evaluation that got these players in here. Nobody's going to have an opportunity to surpass somebody that they think is better. The only positive part, if you talk about doors being slammed shut on undrafted guys, is expanded practice squads. It's already going from 10 to 12 under the new CBA, and now it's going to be even more than that. So whatever number they ultimately decide on, and they haven't made that clear yet, but it's probably going to be 16 from what I hear. So that's 4 more jobs. And if you get in the building after all this COVID testing, if you actually get in there, that's your opportunity to open up some eyes. So it might be a little bit different than what we're used to, but there are going to be a few more slots for those younger players.
John McMullen, and you can follow him on Twitter, Harry.
At JF McMullen.
Exactly right. Now, John, as you know, here in Philadelphia, where the Eagles practice on Broad Street, where the old Naval Hospital used to be, people can sort of look through the fence. There's a chain link fence on the street, and if you squint and you find that you're on the right angle, you can see the guys. Will that spread the coronavirus now through the fence and perhaps, aerosolize, or no, what is it called? When it becomes the droplets get into the atmosphere and then get onto the players? Will they have like hazmat suits along the? Will they put like
maybe a tarp over the thing?
A tarp over the entire thing.
Well, I think if you're outside the fence, you're naturally socially distanced. So I don't think it could be a concern. But who knows? Maybe the CDC will come up and change that. Who knows? There are no fans, though, at training camp all over the country. This is not going to be fun. I will say that. But
Wait a minute, are you going against the Washington Post saying we should not play sports now, especially in the National Football League, John McMullen?
Should we play sports? I don't think we should play sports under these draconian restrictions, but nobody's given up the television revenue. That's what it comes down to, and that's why I said and months ago, players can say whatever they want. As you mentioned, that tweet storm over the weekend, that got so much publicity. There was never any doubt that they were going to come in for camp. There was never any doubt they were going to play, similar to baseball. You can talk about the owner's greed all you want. Players aren't giving up that money either, and that's where we are.
Well, now, John, your esteemed governor over there in the state of New Jersey, Mr. Murphy, has said that the Giants and Jets can play, but not with fans. Now, if that stays throughout till the start of the season, and yet there are other states maybe that go in there and say, yeah, this team is allowed to have 10% capacity or whatever in their stadium, that's kind of a sort of a home field advantage kind of situation and a disadvantage for some teams. How do you think that's going to get worked out?
Well, the league has already chimed in on that, and they said they will not consider that a competitive disadvantage. So if there is one locality that does not allow fans and there is another that does, you're SOL. If you want to consider that, I don't know how much impact 10 or 15,000 people is going to have. It would certainly be a little bit more difficult. But the NFL is not going to demand that all 32 teams need to have fans or don't have to have fans. That's going to be a local decision. As we all know, with Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, they're going to stick together. So in this case, Murphy and Wolf were behind the eight ball because Cuomo doesn't have a football team, so he couldn't make the decision for them.
Yeah, he's got the Buffalo Bills up there.
Oh, that's right.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, you forgot about Buffalo, man.
They're one of the best teams in the league,
John.
I was thinking more of the hot spot of obviously the Giants and Jets, so that's under Murphy's domain, and that's what he had to bring up. And as we talked about, the city of Philadelphia overstepped. Was that last week when they said there's going to be no fans, and they had to backtrack on that. These states are a joke. Let's be kind.
Exactly right, John McMullen. Now I saw John Clark tweet this morning that the rookies report to training camp today. They get Rona testing, and they have to pass 2 tests, then quarantine to get access to the building, and that could be 5 days. I don't understand one iota about that. Can you explain it for me?
This is what they agreed to. So basically, day one, the rookies reported today, and this will be the same thing when the veterans report. The same system. You get tested on day one, no test on day 2, no test on day 3, tested on day 4. If you pass both, you'll be allowed to enter the facility. That is the pre-testing protocol that every player will have to go through, and that'll be staggered. Rookies come in, for most teams today, quarterbacks and rehabbing players generally come in a little bit early, and then veteran players on July 28th for most teams. And that's what they'll have to go through. So, the bigger part of that is training camp as a whole. So when people say training camp opens on July 28th under the CBA, no, that's when people will report for testing under that protocol. So then you're talking about August 1st, and then you're going to have this big ramp-up period. They still haven't decided what that will be. The NFL just came out with their newest plan that the players have to approve. And that basically pushes back any kind of real practice till mid-August and pads till about August 20th. That's where we are. We're not going to have real football practice until deep into August.
Well, at least it can't be any hotter than it's been so far in June and July. Usually we wait. August is when it's the hottest. But right now, this is as hot as it gets, unless, it gets to 110 every day and we become Arizona, but at least it'll be a dry heat then,
Right.
John.
We got 110 heat index the last couple days here in South Jersey.
I don't know. I've been hunkered down in the basement. I've been told to shelter in place. I've been told to lock it down, strap it up, flip it, and rub it down, and all those other things.
Well, right now, just to give you a Doppler weather update.
Let's go to our weather correspondent and unlicensed meteorologist, Miss Robin, looking at her Doppler.
Yes.
And her Doppler's looking a little strong today, Harry. Her
It is,
barometer's rising, baby.
It says that currently in Philadelphia, it is 98 degrees, but it feels like 102.
Wow, that's a beautiful day for football, Harry.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful day to report for COVID testing.
Exactly right.
Well, John, usually the month of September looks, spotty as on the field as far as the quality of play because of the limited practice time, pads and all that kind of thing. Now with no preseason, the entire month of September is probably going to be essentially preseason quality football, don't you think?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, you mentioned, Harry, that's how it has been really the first 2 weeks. It's kind of been glorified preseason because of and good years. Ever since the 2011 CBA, they scaled back on practices so much. And really about 5 years ago, coaches kind of made the decision that it was more important to get to week one healthy than anything else because you can't prepare like you want to prepare anyway. And then you just amp that up by about 100 because they're going to have 2 weeks of practice before week one. And that's if things go perfectly. That's what we're talking about. So, yeah, there's going to be some ugly, sloppy football. But the TV networks are still going to write those checks. So
Hey.
that's all anyone's concerned about.
And the gambling degenerates like Harry and
Yep.
the fantasy people.
Ugly, sloppy football is better than no football.
You're damn right.
Okay.
Except unless you're like Conlon Farrell and you're betting on spring baseball games that don't matter, that end up in a tie, and they make – at least the NFL, I would think, are not going to make up new rules as they go along during a game.
End up in a tie with a 680-foot home run. What the heck is StatCast talking about?
Let's just bring our kicker out. I want him to get another try at 60 yards, and he kicks it and makes it, and they count it.
Exactly
That
right.
would be like what happened in the Yankees-Phillies game last night.
Exactly right, man.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, John. I
Did
don't
you
know.
guys see that? Mike Ford hit a pinch hit home run. Did you guys see that in StatCast? That
Yeah.
it was 680 feet. How is that possible?
John, he lifted it deep to right, man. That the ball carries out there in Yankee Stadium.
Nah, come on.
No, it wasn't. It was. Hey, Statcast is in summer camp too. You know what I mean?
It's a computer.
They certainly are.
It's a damn computer. Sheepers. Anyway, I'm all choked up now. By the way, Michael Bennett announced his retirement today.
Oh, yeah.
Won Super Bowl in Seattle. Stops in, obviously, here in Philly with the Patriots, the Cowboys, Tampa Bay.
One of the more interesting guys in the NFL, John, right?
Yeah, he is. I love Michael. I love talking to him. We never, ever talked about football. We always talked about our Netflix cues, which were basically the same. And living in Hawaii, he lives in Hawaii, and he always told me to move to, if you like it so much, move there. And I said, well, you make a little bit more money than me, Michael. Just a little bit. But very interesting guy, very productive guy. Obviously, didn't get along with a lot of coaches, didn't get along. If you look at the last really 3 years of his career, he went to 4 different teams, and he was always he's not a rotational guy, and you saw it here with the Eagles, and even more so with the Patriots. Did not like to be sat down for lesser players, and he just couldn't accept that, and that's why he kind of bounced around in the latter stages of his career. But he was always darn effective when he was out there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's one thing you got to say about this guy. Every time he was on the field and every time he was lined up, he did not take plays off. That guy was 100% on every single down. Even in a limited rotation, John, wherever he was, he played hard.
Yeah, and the best part, Michael wasn't the tidiest player in his locker. And when he came to Philadelphia, he had this giant suitcase, and he just plopped it in the middle of the locker room. Never emptied it the entire season. Just sat there the entire season.
Sort of like Robin when she comes back from vacation.
Is that right?
We put it on the bed, and then you're like, oh, I'll get it tomorrow. And then it sits there, and then you put it on the floor, and it's still there. And then eventually you have to empty out the suitcase.
Hey, it's like having an extra drawer.
Wow.
I'm still not convinced there wasn't a body in that bag, but I assume it would have started stinking at some point. But he never, ever emptied that suitcase until he left.
That's the kind of inside. This is inside. This is what you get on the Extending the Play podcast. This is how you extend the story of an athlete, where people just say, hey, Michael Bennett retired today. They didn't know about the suitcase. They didn't know about his untidiness and his affinity for being in Hawaii. By the way, if you were in Hawaii, would you put on as much sunscreen if you went surfing as Zuckerberg did? Did you see the video of him?
No.
I did. He looked like a mime. He had so much.
Mark Zuckerberg, the guy who runs Facebook.
I hate that guy.
Well, I mean, he's
kind
a
of a
loser,
weird.
but
Yeah,
But I would have to put on that much.
Yeah.
He's out there surfing in Hawaii, and literally he's white as a ghost.
Yeah.
And doesn't he realize they already hate white people
Right.
out there? Why, most people hate him anyway. Now he's even whiter than white.
He looks like Brando on the island of Dr. Moreau. That's what he looks like out there.
You shouldn't leave the house if you think that's the required amount of sunscreen you have to put on.
Well, that's a good point. But, those of us who don't live in Hawaii, we got to get a base first. Got to get a base.
Exactly.
I'm actually with Zuckerberg, even though I think
No, he's
a
not,
dweeb.
Robin. That was excessive.
You put that much on,
It's
Miss
zinc.
Robin?
No, that's zinc, and
I know.
it goes on white, and it's so that no sun can penetrate.
I mean, your nose in certain areas, but he's got his neck.
Why not
and
just
entire
wrap
face.
yourself in a body suit?
Exactly. Why even go out
Honestly.
in the sun?
Right.
Why just go do
Yeah.
a surfboard simulator in your mansion?
Tony,
Right.
you have seen
Have
me.
a wave
He could have a wave pool.
in his stinking
Yeah.
mansions.
You've seen me when I've gotten
But
sunburned.
nobody gets that white. Nobody. Not even Robin, who's whiter than rice. And I hate to play the race card and the color card here. And by the way, that's white with a
Small W.
Small W, not a capital.
Yeah.
Did you see the Associated Press?
You can't tan shame.
The Associated Press, once a respected wire service, along with UPI Audio back in the day, where we'd rip it off right off the teleprompter, a teletype machine, and read the news, announced yesterday that now when they write the word white, it will never be capitalized, but black always will be capitalized. That's where we are in this world of media right now.
Is that true?
Yes, I'm not making it up, John. I wish wish it was a Babylon Bee headline, but it's not. It was really the Associated Press.
That'll help things.
That makes a lot of sense.
I'm kind of a grammar Nazi. Can I use that word?
Absolutely,
in
yes, you
that
can.
format?
Of course, it's easy to throw around these days.
Yeah, it's the AP style book is gone down some dark roads the last.
I burned that
few
book
years.
many years ago when women were burning their bras. I was burning the AP style book.
Yeah, it used to be great. Now they've made some really poor decisions over the past couple of years.
Oh, yeah, this is great. I'm seeing this now. Zuckerberg being compared to the Joker, Cesar Romero, on New York Post.
The
and
best
also,
Joker of all time.
And
Cesar
also
Romero.
the Queen Elizabeth circa 1588.
Wow, this is some
famous
real
painting.
good research right
Yeah.
here, Harry.
Sounds about right.
Wow.
Hey, as people that glow in the dark, we get it.
Listen, if you have that kind of money, you can afford to get skin cancer and then get healed by medical treatments all over the world. You can fly to all these different countries and do experimental drugs, and that's what happens when you're that rich and you're a geek. God bless America. God bless America, Harry. John McMullen.
Yeah,
God bless John McMullen.
Whenever I think about Zuckerberg, I think about the social network, and I think about Justin Timberlake playing him in that movie. Yeah, she seems
And
a
the
lot cooler in
Winklevoss
that movie
twins.
than it really
No,
is.
Timberlake
the
didn't play him. It was
No,
what's his
it
name?
was
It was
the
the
other-
dude who was in all the zombie
No, it
movies.
was that other guy. It
Jesse
wasn't-
Eisenberg?
Yeah,
Jesse
that's it. That's it.
Eisenberg.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Jesse Eisenberg.
It wasn't Timberlake.
But Timberlake played the other guy who created Ryan's there.
MySpace?
He didn't play. He
No,
didn't play
he
Tom from
created,
MySpace.
No, he was in the movie. Timberlake was in the movie, and Jesse Eisenberg was Zuckerberg, and he kind of worshipped him He created the music. What
No,
was
Sean
the
from
first-
Napster. Napster was the guy.
Napster, yeah.
Nobody saw that
Yeah.
movie. How the hell did you even see? Thank you, CPKSP.
I saw that movie.
Timberlake played Sean from Napster, the guy who had the music
Exactly.
download site.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was never a
Yeah,
Napster
exactly.
guy. I was more the other one we were talking about the other day. What was the other?
LimeWire?
LimeWire. I was old. When
There we
I
go.
stole music on the internet, I always chose LimeWire.
What was the other one that you used? Tunnel Bear?
No, Napster,
Bear?
Hamster, Fire. There were all these like sites. Are they still
Yeah, it
out
was
there?
Napster first, and then it was LimeWire.
And then it was Hamster Wire, and then OnlyFans Wire, and The Wire, and then you go to Baltimore and you have Wear a Wire, and then you get your ass kicked when you walked outside. All those things happen.
Yeah, but the Sean guy from Napster, he was the cool guy, and Eisenberg, yeah. Zuckerberg was the loser.
Dork.
Dork.
You can say dork. Nerds. I'm not mocking nerds. They're all rich, and I'm sitting
They
here
are.
broke AF in my wine cellar basement. John McMullen, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. He's sweating and working hard for you, so you don't have to go outside to watch guys running around in shorts and sweating. John, we'll talk to you
None
later.
of us can yet. Mid-August, we'll be able to do that.
There you have it.
Wow.
John McMullen, he's in no bubble. Well, he's in Jersey. It's just as bad. We're coming right back. 215-46-TONY is the phone number. You want to check on in here. The big question is, if you were allowed to go to a baseball game for the Nationals opener and could see Tony Fauci, Dr. Anthony Fauci, would you boo or cheer him? What would you do, Harry?
I'd probably be out getting a beer and probably miss the whole thing.
Me too.
Yeah.
First of all, why is he allowed in the game but no fans?
That's a good point.
I mean, seriously. I'm worried about spreading the Rona.
Well, the virus knows not to attack him.
Oh,
I
he's
think.
immune from the
Yeah,
virus?
I think so.
Do we even want him in the ballparks? I mean, he could.
I
could
don't know.
Throw
Listen,
COVID in the parks.
I
and-
know he could be spreading it.
Yeah.
He could be spreading it. I heard he's doing a Playgirl spread later on in the afternoon. It's quite popular right now, Dr. Fauci. He's in covers of magazines. He's going to do Playgirl.
That's still a magazine?
I don't know. I'm just joking. We're coming right back, so stick around. Don't forget the Strapper line. Do we have any Strapper line calls? Yes, we do. You can add yourself to the Strapper list. 856-818-4045. 856-818-4045. You call, leave a message after the beep. Stick around.
How do I put this in front? This is annoying.
I wouldn't boo or cheer. I'd throw a bottle of hand sanitizer at him. Ice Rink. Ice Rink, I need the breaking news from Canada. To have the Edmonton Eskimos change their name. It was supposed to be a 3 o'clock news conference at Edmonton. I need to know.
Transform, edit, flip, no, group. Nope. Hide on stream, hide recording. How do I bring it forward? Put it in front. Oh, I know how to do it. Never mind.
You could be in a movie, and we have a movie update, Harry.
What, being filmed here?
Yes, you could be in it. They're looking for extras.
Tony Bruno, we have a new T-shirt in the shop.
Here it is, Harry. What do you think? Let's check it out.
There it is.
What does it say now?
Here, hold on a
it's
second,
got
let
a
me make it
finger
bigger.
pointing at you, Harry. Sort of like Fred Carter used to do on the NBA
So
Tonight.
it has a finger pointing at you, and it says card-carrying strapper. And then on the back, it has the strapper line number.
Oh, I like it.
You like that?
Yep.
I like that.
And you can get it in either red or black.
Beautiful, man.
So when you order it, make sure that you Whoops. Click on that.
Who? Enos Cantor?
No, not Enes Kanter. Enos Saris.
Who?
He's one of the lead baseball writers for the Athletic.
Oh, he's a baseball dude? Where is he based?
I have a beer vac say, that's the wrong finger.
I can't read this story in the Inquirer because I've reached my article limit for this month, and I don't have $1 for a month.
I hate those. And I refuse to pay them.
I do too.
It's not like, because it's not like they don't have advertising all over the website. So why do I want to pay for something if they're getting money with advertising as well?
Are you guys cool with booking him, or should I do it another day?
I don't care. I mean, yeah. Not Enos Cabell. Former Houston Astro great. Remember him, Harry?
Yeah.
Enos Cabell?
Mm-hmm. Enos Saris.
Enos. So he's going to be on when?
If we want, he can do 420.
Today?
We have a 420.
Yeah, we do.
No, we moved him. Oh, no, we moved him up.
Yeah, so let's do, should we do him at 420? Can he do Zoom?
I thought that's when, what's his face?
No,
No,
Aubrey had to
yesterday was
move.
the actual moon landing of the Apollo 19. Today was the first day that they walked on the moon.
Who's saying anything about that?
No, we had it yesterday.
Welcome back to the Tony Bruno Show with Harry Mays on SiriusXM 211.
The 2020 World Surf League has been now postponed due to coronavirus. Must have been the Zuckerberg. He was out in the water. He must have been spreading the Rona out there with all that zinc. You realize that what that does to sea life when you put all that chemical on you?
Zinc oxide?
Yeah. He's killing the oceans.
Wow.
Where's Greta Thunberg to go after him now? Steve Zuckerberg, or Mark Zuckerberg, whatever the hell his name is.
Mark.
I know what his name is. Meanwhile, you know whose birthday it is today, Harry? We got to play a block of Cat Stevens.
Robin Williams.
And Robin Williams would have been, how many years old today? 69.
Wow.
A year older than me.
Still upset about this.
And Cat Stevens, you know what his other name was, right?
Yusuf something?
Yeah.
Yusuf Islam.
Yeah.
But guess what his real name was? It wasn't Cat Stevens. It wasn't Yusuf Islam. It was Stephen DeMontre Giorgio. Not Nick Papa Giorgio, of course, who went into the casino as a son in, of course, Vegas Vacation, Harry. You remember that?
Vegas, baby, Vegas!
Exactly.
What is his ethnicity? Do you know?
He's from London. He grew up in London. I
Yeah.
know that. But he had a bunch of hits, though. We may have to play some Cat Stevens. Peace Train.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer the Cooch Train myself.
My favorite is Moonshadow.
I think his big album was Tea for the Tillerman, if I remember.
Oh, a good one.
Not Rex Tillerman, the
No.
former, or I was Tillerson. He was the former.
Rex Tillerson, yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
He was in the cabinet, wasn't he? At this?
Yeah, he was he's been in the liquor cabinet,
Yeah.
too. That's why we don't have any vodka left. He was another one of those crumb, creep, coward lushes who got into our house and stole our alcohol, Harry. It just disappeared, just like that. It's also C.C. Sabathia. And he's from Edmonton? Who's from Edmonton? Cat Stevens? Cat Stevens was living up in a mountain in Nepal, wasn't he? After he finished recording, didn't he just become a recluse and go move up in Nepal?
Well,
I don't know where he moved.
Yeah,
but-
he went to find himself.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
and
don't
then
we all?
he converted to Islam.
Right, I know, and that's
then
when he changed his name.
And then he went back to London and started opening up elementary schools, I think, specifically for, if I recall correctly.
He's not performing anymore, right?
I have no idea.
He is now performing again. He wasn't performing for a really long time because he said that the Islamic faith told him that he needed to stop that. And then he got a message and started singing
And
again.
then something told him, his bank statement told him that
Yes.
he's running out of money.
Yeah, bro.
Right.
Cat Stevens.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Cat Stevens. I'm being fun.
I'm being followed by a moon shadow, moon shadow, moon
I love that bar on the PCH.
You got to rip the bong sound on this, please.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this.
moon shadow, moon shadow.
Come on. You can't be listening to Cat Stevens without that.
Lose
No,
my
absolutely
hand,
right.
Hey, come on.
lose my plow, lose my land.
Exactly.
Yes, if